URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. A URL is the address of a specific web page or file on the internet. DNS stands for Domain Name System. Domain names serve as memorizable names for websites and other services on the internet. Computers on the internet use numbers for their address, but people like names. So instead of telling someone to go to http://123.45.678.90, I just made that number up. You would tell them to go to http://kirkhopkins.com. You could run your own web server, but most people pay for a web service, like Bluehost, a service provider, for the benefit of things like redundancy, keeping software updated, managing network traffic, to name a few. In this class, I will also refer to URL and DNS almost synonymously as your web address or web space. I have web space on Bluehost that I use for our class. The URL of my site is http://kirkhopkins.com, and the URL of my classwork site is http://kirkhopkins.com/IMS222. A forward slash designates a folder on the internet. It's possible to put a forward slash in a file name, but it may not work as a web address, so it's good practice not to use forward slashes in file names. It's also good practice not to use spaces in file names, although it is more acceptable. Please do not use spaces in folder names or file names on our class web pages. I gave you a link to our class site already and did not include it in this video because I include the term number each semester, so it changes every semester. When you tell someone your URL for your IMS222 class, you'll tell them something like http://kirkhopkins.com/IMS222, of course replacing kirkhopkins.com with your domain name that you purchased. I do some seemingly tricky things with some of my web space using services provided by Bluehost to quote-unquote host other sites in my space without it looking like it's in my space. I also do some rerouting with hidden files called .htaccess files to do things like change HTTP to HTTPS. When you go to https://kirkhopkins.com/HarrisonLegacy, you see a church site that I'm running for my church. If you go to http://harrisonlegacy.com with capital H and L, the site looks the same except for the URL. I redirect it to HTTPS and change the case of Harrison Legacy to match the folder name case, which is all lowercase. The site is in a folder under kirkhopkins.com, but most people don't know that. I do a similar thing with my band's website, http://jesuslives.com. That is, it's a subfolder in kirkhopkins.com. Most sites have a home page which is either named index.htm, index.html, or index.php. Could be another extension as well. In our class, we won't use an index page except for Project 2 and Project 3. By not having an index page, users can see the contents of a web folder. Not having index pages on your website will make it easier to learn how to code and troubleshoot building web pages. Ironically, the index page is generally hidden. https://jesuslives.com has an index page, so the page can also be accessed using https://jesuslives.com/index.php. Pretty cool, eh? Some web addresses nowadays may also be listed with or without the www designation. This is dependent on how your site is configured with your service provider. Before you give someone a web address, I recommend that you type it in your web browser and copy-paste the URL in your message. That way you can be sure that it will work. This takes care of common mistakes that people make when first setting up their web space. Remember, a web address is going to start with HTTP and, for most students in my class, have their name in the URL.